Hey guys, what's up? It's Tyler, and you guys might be wondering, what is the best budget 3x3? Well, we're going to find out today. Okay, so to make this video a lot shorter, I cut it down to 2 cubes because there's lots of budget 3x3s that are decent and bad, mostly are bad. One I want to give a shout out to is the QiYi Guanlong. I think that's what it's called, because I think that really set the bar and like let everyone know, hey, there can be budget 3x3s. They don't have to be like $10, $15 or more, for Christ's sakes, GANs or GONs, whatever you say. But they can be cheap, and that's a really good cube, but it just isn't the best anymore. And I have a personal opinion on my 2 favorites, and that's why I'm just comparing these 2 in this video. So the 2 I picked, you can't really tell yet because, I don't know, I mean, maybe you can if you have like a really good eye, but okay guys, so the one on the right is the QiYi Sail, and the one on my left is the Yuxin Fire. So you may have seen these cubes in my best 3x3 names video because they do have pretty cool names. But anyways, that's not the point of this. So we're going to compare and see which one of these is better. Okay, so to start off, let's look at the corner cutting of the cubes. First, we'll look at the Yuxin Fire. So reverse corner cutting is not very good on any budget 3x3, I'm not going to lie, like there. While that is a problem on budget 3x3s, corner cutting generally isn't. So corner cutting, like it actually corner cuts past 45 degrees. Look at that. Almost line to line. So right about, nope, right about there. Yeah. So right about there is where it'll corner cut to. And I think that's amazing for a 3x3 that is such a cheap cube. Now let's look at the QiYi Sail. So reverse corner cutting, it's about the same story, maybe a little better actually. It does corner cut or reverse corner cut a little better. So it actually goes to about there, and it still corner cuts with ease, still goes. Wow. So the corner cutting in this is actually really good, but it does lead to a different problem that I'll explain later. Now let's look at the normal corner cutting. So this is 45 degrees. So it corner cuts just about 45 degrees. The normal corner cutting isn't as good, but the reverse corner cutting is much better on this cube. Now let's talk about the general feel of the Yuxin Fire. The feel on the Yuxin Fire is very blocky and clicky, and it's not my favorite feeling, but you know, that's all down to personal opinion. Now for the QiYi Sail. So the feel on the QiYi Sail is very, very good. It's clicky, but it's also very smooth. And the reason I like the feel of this better is it feels like a more expensive 3x3. Like, it doesn't actually feel like it's cheap. Like, the cubes actually has a decent weight to it, and the pieces have mass to them, and they don't feel as airy and cheap as other cubes. And that's what I love about the feel of this QiYi Sail. Now, we need to look at flaws with the cubes, because obviously there's going to be problems since they're so cheap, because they're not going to put as much effort in designing or manufacturing these cubes because they have to be very, very cheap. So with the Yuxin Fire, its only problem is the fact that it cannot reverse corner cut, like at all. Like there's just nothing there. Like, it doesn't work, because when you're solving it, it's just catch after catch after catch after catch. Now, this doesn't mean it's worse than all the other budget 3x3s, but the fact that it just can't do that really kind of annoys me, because it's not like it's catching so bad that you can't get fast solves, because you can. It just kind of like annoys me. It's just really, really annoying. Now, that's mostly the only flaw with this cube, because its normal corner cutting is ridiculously good for a budget 3x3. Another fault with this cube, I would say, is really the feeling of it. I think it feels bad and cheap. I wouldn't mention that at all if it weren't for the QiYi Sail, because almost all of them feel cheap, because they are. But the QiYi Sail really defies that rule, and it doesn't have to feel cheap to be cheap. So that brings me into the QiYi Sail. So I've got this here now, and you may be thinking, I've only talked about positive things in this. What could possibly be wrong? So its only problem really is that it pops occasionally, and you can see when you try to corner cut too far, you can see this piece trying to get out, it locks, and then you can see this piece trying to get out. Well, it just pops an edge out is really all that happens. This edge, like if I'm corner cutting here and I go too far, this edge can pop out, which might be a problem. It might not be for you if you're a little more accurate with your turning style, but I find it a problem, but it's so minor compared to the problems all the other budget 3x3s have that it's like maybe 1 in 12 solves, and it doesn't really bother me that much because I won't be using this in a competition, obviously. So I'm just using it at home or wherever, or if I want a bunch of these cubes because they're so cheap, I can get a few to like do whatever with them. This is like the way to go. Okay guys, so the verdict, obviously if you listen to this video at all, you'll know that the QiYi sail is the way to go. Like really, I like this cube a lot. Like this is the cube I keep in my car at all times, and it's my backup. This is a $4 cube, guys, a $4 cube. It doesn't feel like a $4 cube, and it doesn't perform like a $4 cube, but it is. So that's why I'd recommend this. If you guys are on a budget, or if you need a bunch of the same 3x3 for whatever reason, get this cube. It's awesome. It is an awesome budget 3x3. If I missed any cubes, guys, I don't have all the budget 3x3s, believe it or not. So if I missed anything, leave it in the description to let me know, kind of like if, hey, I think this cube's better. But obviously, don't complain. Don't go in the comments and be like, oh, you're wrong. This is not as good. I know this is way better than the budget 3x3s I have. I just did an average of 5 on this cube, and I got like right around 15 seconds, which is like a normal solve. Like that's a normal average of 5 on like a QiYi Yuxiao or a Weilong GTS. So this cube is actually really good. I even got a 12-second solve. Like that's good for me. I got a 12-second solve. That's awesome for me. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this helped you out. If it did, hit the like button. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys later.